Hi everybody, I'm Stefan for Tutspuss, and today I'm going to show you how to recreate the DC Comics logo opening animation using Illustrator, Cinema 4D and After Effects. The first part will be in Illustrator, where we are going to prepare the vector shapes for Cinema 4D. Here is the vector logo of DC Comics I was able to find for free on the internet. So let's get started. First of all, let's remove some of the parts we don't want. For example, like this part here, we don't need it. And let's see this part here as well. And let's open the layer and see what it contains. We don't need this part as well, so let's delete this one. And we need this, which is the C and the D part. And I'm going to select this, hit Ctrl C to copy the shape, and hit Ctrl N to create a new document, hit OK and hit Ctrl V to paste the shape. Now this is going to be the shape for the C letter, so I'm going to save this and go to File, Save As, and let's call this one C and hit Save. And remember to save under version 8 of Illustrator to be able to open the file in Cinema 4D. And let's click OK. And now we need to modify the shape a bit for the front part of the logo, which is the D. And I'm going to take the ellipse tool and go right into the center and draw a circle just like that. And let's see if we need to tweak the circle a bit, and it seems that I did it perfectly from the first try, which is great. And now I'm going to select both of the layers and go to the Pathfinder and just unite the shapes in a single shape. And you can see I forgot this part here from the circle. I need to remove it. I'm going to hit Ctrl Z to undo the shape and select only this point of the circle here and move it inwards like that. And now select both of the shapes as well and unite them into a single shape. Afterwards I'm going to save this one, so let's hit Ctrl Shift S on the keyboard and let's call this one D and hit save. And save it under Illustrator version 8 and click OK. And finally we need to select the title here and just copy and paste it into a new document as well. And this is the title, you can see it up here, and I'm going to move it to the bottom part of my project, just like so. And this is my vector shape for the DC Comics title, so I'm going to hit Ctrl Shift S to save this one as well, and I'm going to name it title and hit save. Again Illustrator 8 and click OK. And now I'm going to jump in Cinema 4D and import the vector shapes and start working on them. Here we are in Cinema 4D, and I've already imported the vector shapes, as you can see, and they are right in the center of my document. So let's select the title and move it a bit, just like so. And let's go to the front view to move it to the side, like -27, looks good. And now we need to go to our perspective view and start extruding the shapes. For the C, I'm going to select the C, hold down Alt and just drop an extrude object to extrude the C, and let's name this one C. And I'm going to repeat the same step for the D. Let's name this one D as well, and the same one for the title. And I need to select the extrude object. Let's rename this one to title and make some room here. Go to object and click the checkbox, because we have a lot of splines here under the no object, and we need to let the extrude object know that we have more than one spline to extrude them. And now we need to set the extrusion for the C to 80, for example. So let's increase this and set it to 80. It looks good. And let's go to the caps tab for the C and create a fillet cap for both sides. And let's set the steps to 2 and the radius to 1. And click constrain. And I think we are ready with the C letter for now. And just go to the coordinates and let's move it a bit backwards so they don't intersect each other with the D part of the logo. And select the D and go to object, and we have quite thick part here. I like to reduce this one to 5, and let's reset the position. And now let's go to the caps tab again and create a fillet cap for the D element, and let's use the same settings, 2 steps and 1 centimeter for the radius. And for the type here we are going to use quadrangles and click regular grid, and let's go to display and display lines, and you can see how the grid looks like. And we are going to have some problems when bending the D part, so I'm going to turn off the extrude for the D and hide for a second the C. Select the spline for the D, go into point mode and go to mesh commands and go to subdivide and subdivide it like 8 times, 8 subdivisions, and click OK to add a lot of points so we have resolution to work with when we extrude and actually when we bend the object. And let's go to object mode again and enable the extrude object, and let's turn on the C part of the logo and select the extrude object. And for the width of the regular grid here we need to set this one to 1, so we have really dense mesh that we can bend without getting some errors. So that's it for the title. We need to increase the extrusion of the title to, let's see, 80 as well, so it has to be the same like the C letter. And let's go to the caps and again apply a fillet cap. Let's click constrain and use the same settings, 2 steps and 1 centimeter for the radius. And that's it. We are ready with our basic setup. Now let's create a few materials. So let's create our main material. So let's call this one main, and let's select the reflection channel and enable it. And we want just a simple 100% reflection here. Now let's go to the specular, and we need to decrease the width of the specular to 40 and increase the height as well, because we are going to use whites to create some interesting specular highlights on our object. So that's it for the main material. And let's create a copy, and let's call this one bevel,